cool. I'm back in the shop today. So we finished clearing out these cabinets. All this stuff over here is, there's a nice vise. This is number 7 on it. You know, fasteners, power transmission stuff, cutting tools, ton of drill bits, some shears, some weird phone. This is all good stuff. That's getting saved and repurposed. Same thing with this stuff on here, pipe wrenches. Got this monster. They're rigid. I think these are the oldest ones. Pretty cool. I'm putting new lights in today. I got these from Menards. I bought one just to test, and then I put it up and was kind of surprised how good it is. So this is all the old lighting still. Old fluorescent, it's not that bright. We just have a lot of light coming in from the windows, which is nice. Over there though, you can tell that wall's dark, that wall's bright, where the light is. Right now, I just got enough to replace all of the fluorescents up here, and then eventually I will add additional ones, because there's some weird patches where there's no light, like above this table, it doesn't have anything. It's a nice workbench. This hallway doesn't have anything. We're also gonna do the ones in the mailing room. Yeah, we got a bunch of stuff going on. Moving the table saw into the shop. Gotta get some friends here for that. These are a bunch of patterns for different shears. That looks like it's a B2. Yeah, it says right there. You know, all this different stuff we got with the building. That's all gonna be displayed. I'm trying to figure out the best way to display as much as we can, but also still, you know, have this be a workspace for my business, you know. This is phone line hanging down. It was draped over the lights. So we're gonna pull basically all of the low voltage stuff out of here, because it's all garbage. We don't have any use for it, fax machines, anything like that. My mom came in and was helping sweep, so we swept up a lot of the floor before I started throwing stuff back on it, and it really made it look a lot better in here. Walls are still ratty, but they just need to be scraped, maybe a little bit of sanding, and then repainted. Same with the ceiling. Got a couple spots where there were previously leaks that are now fixed, there and there. But that's not plaster, that's drywall. In 1979, the city made them drywall. The walls are still plaster here. Ceiling is drywall for fire code, or sheetrock, or whatever it is. These are the old lights. These are like newer old lights, so they're pretty okay, but these are my new lights, and those are wicked bright. So like when you're here, before you couldn't really see the yellow on these machines with the camera, but now you can. I got a shelf full of motors. These are all brand new in the box. There's a couple gear reducers too. A bunch of drum switches, which is awesome. You know, a lifetime supply of tap magic. So we're cooking here. Got the mini fridge in. Colin will like this. So I'm taking down all the signs off the wall. They're gonna go back up and maybe get framed. I found this one in a drawer, and that's awesome. I might put that on the outside of the building just to fuck with people, because who the fuck knows what I don't even know what a snag grinder is. So I got 1, 2, 3, 7 more lights to put up. Should be able to get all these changed over. So yeah, check back in a few minutes. Just a little update on where we're at. We got new doors coming. All the doors are kind of fucked. They just all need replaced. We got our snacks. I brought internet into the building for the first time ever. We were up in the mailing room just hanging out. Biggest change is out here. So we're scraping the walls, getting all the paint down that we can. Move these machines here. We painted these. So these are primed, and the corner is painted. Those are ready to go. I got some scaffolding so we can scrape and clean the ceiling. This workbench is cleaned off, so this will get painted, and I'll use that as my main workbench. This was built by Joe Neville, the 2nd generation owner. Got some horns. Gotta clean this one off, clean these shelves off. Gotta get the fire extinguishers recharged, because they haven't been recharged in 3 years. Oh yeah, so the biggest difference is I took down all of the old lighting. Every single one, and I've replaced them. So you can probably tell it's much nicer in here. This machine got sold to Andrew, so this one's gonna be staying here. He's gonna take it apart and put it in the basement so he can work on it here. This tool and cutter grinder, guy's coming today to pick it up, I think, which is great. Did not think that one would sell. And then I got Matt from Lost Creek coming to buy hopefully the other 2 shapers and the Milwaukee. I don't use shapers, so no loss there, but the Milwaukee I'd love to keep because it's just such a beautiful machine, but too big for me. I need the floor space for my pacemaker. Yeah, all this stuff came out of the cabinets over there. We're just sorting through it. Tons of aprons. So here's what they made. If you're not familiar with Beverly Shear, which if you're watching this you probably are, this is the Beverly Shear B2. This is like the bread and butter metal shear that they made. Coolest things ever. So that one got left for me. That's really nice of them to leave that one for me. I got to know the owners pretty well as we were buying the building. And then over here, new lights here also. You can actually see in it. Got some B1s. I think this whole table, except for these the slaughters over here, these are staying for a display. But everything else, other than the slaughters, I think we're selling to one guy. He's coming in. He might trade me for a couple anvils or something, which is cool. I'm excited about that, because he'll get them working and using them and all that. So we're cooking. Next up is once we get these some of the machines out of here, we get the electrical work done. So all of this building is cloth wiring, which is a little scary. So we're ripping all that out. We have to go through, well, I can go through this single phase panel and see what's going on there because it's a breaker. But the 3-phase is fused and really sketchy that they're just running outlets out the door. So I'm gonna have to, well, I'm not doing it. We're swapping out the service. So currently there's 400 amps coming in to this box, which is super scary. Gotta get a look at these giant fuses. Look at that. Wow. Look at those wires coming in. Yeah, so there's 400 amps coming in. We're gonna downgrade to 200 amps because that's the most I'll really need. And if I need more than 200, I can afford to put in another panel. So only one of these panels is gonna stay, and we're gonna breakers in, trace down all the wiring because there's a lot of kind of crazy stuff going on. And then once that's done and we're painted in here, like I've been scraping these walls, getting all the loose paint off so we can paint, I'll be able to move in. That's it. I mean, that's all I need is electrical. I got my little air compressor. I'm gonna get a new air compressor and run black pipe all over the place, but that can wait. Do that as I go. But yeah, the big Milwaukee, such a cool machine. So big. Drill presses are staying. This horizontal I'd like to sell to Lost Creek if they'll just get it out of here, because it's tough because it's not the nicest machine ever. It's super old. It probably was a line shaft machine. I'd love to find a use for it, but honestly it's just more weight on the floor. Bubble wrap. So all these patterns are staying. People keep asking if they could buy them. These are all gonna get displayed. Same with this sign. But these machine tags, we're doing a fundraiser to restore the facade of the building because it's crumbling. We're doing a fundraiser to raise money for that, and only that, nothing on the inside. It needs to be like $5 or $10 a piece. Might do a GoFundMe, that's probably the easiest way to do it. But I figured it'd be cool, a lot of people want stuff like this. We got some war tags, stuff like that. Some newer ones. We'll do a little fundraiser and see how that goes.